Summer's here. Roll the intro. Hi guys, and I thought I'd just post just a ride video really. I'm in the UK and it's May, and as you can see we've got bright blue skies, sunshine and a little bit of warmth. So I'm out on the Harley Davidson and I thought I'd just do a quick ride video for you. I'm down in the heart of Sussex, just returning from Sussex Harley Davidson, and I thought I'd do a quick ride on my way back just so you can come along with me. Again, nothing specific to say on this, I just thought I'd bring you along for the ride. So yeah, I've just been down to Sussex Harley Davidson. I would say the best Harley dealer in the area, and there's 3 or 4 in the area which I travel past to get down to Sussex Harley Davidson because they're so friendly, they don't rip you off and nothing's too much trouble. So yeah, if you're ever in need of anything Harley Davidson, if you're looking for a new model, they're great. Used model has probably got the biggest selection I would say I've ever seen. They've got a massive great big warehouse like an aircraft carrier thing, full to the brim of Harley Davidsons going back years old right to the present day, and spare stock, customised, whatever you're looking for. If you can't find it there, I don't think you'll find it anywhere, to be honest. So yeah, get down there for any used, and also if you're looking for anything, any work done on your Harley Davidson or any parts, the service and parts guys are first class, so I can't speak highly enough of them. Now I must point out my channel is not sponsored by Sykes. They support the channel with the fact that they let me ride any of the bikes to test ride for you guys, but they don't pay me. My comments are completely my own, and as I say, I can't recommend the Harley enough. So back to the ride. So as you can see, I'm just going through Sussex countryside now. It is a bank holiday weekend in the UK, so there's lots of traffic on the road. So it's a little bit stop start and a few slow coaches in front of us, but hey, what's the rush? It doesn't matter. The sun's out, the sky's blue, there's not a cloud in the sky, no rush at all. I've been waiting for this all year in the UK so far. As I say, we're in May, and this is the first really decent day where we've got blue skies, sunshine, and there's some warmth in the sun as well. It's been a really horrible year for weather so far, where it hasn't stopped raining for 4 months. So it's lovely to get out on the bike and not feel cold and just enjoy it. So just bringing you along with the ride. So I'm riding my 2021 Sport Glide, which is far from bone stock, and I've done numerous modifications to the bike, and I'll post links to the videos of the mods that I've done to the bike up in the top right hand corner, so you can have a look at those. Not to say the stock bike isn't fantastic, it really is. But I've just made the bike my own as per Harley Davidson culture. I probably spent too much money on it, and I say it's a bit of an illness, but I'm just about there now. There's one more really exciting mod that's coming in around about a month, but I'm not going to say too much about that at this point. All there's to say is I can't wait for that. I really can't wait. So what I've done so far is, just to give you a rough idea, is I've put a stage 2 Screaming Eagle torque cam in there, which has really livened up the bike. I'm still trying to find out how it's affect the mileage, the fuel consumption, because I haven't been able to ride too much since it's gone in due to the weather. but I'm now keeping an eye and track of my rise to see how that's affected the mileage, or the fuel economy of the bike, should I say. So that's the first mod. The second is the handlebars. So I swapped out those handlebars. As I say here, I'm 5'6", 5'7", around about 70 kilos or 11. I think it's around about 11 stone, somewhere in that sort of region. And I found the stock bars, although they were okay for a short time, I found them really quite wide, and I was leaning over, hunched over, to try and reach those bars all the time. Now I did put the 4-inch pullback risers on there initially, and that did help, and it would be more than sufficient for, I'd say, the 90% of people. But I was still having issues because of the wideness of the bars, because they were so wide, the width of the bars. So I have changed those out, and I've gone for taller risers. I've gone for the 8-inch pullback built well risers, the oversized risers. So they're 8-inch tall, 2-inch pullback, and I've gone for the mid-bend tracker bars, all in black, and that has just put me in a far more upright position. I'm going to put some B-roll alongside here of me riding the bike in its current configuration, so you can see what sort of riding position I'm in now. Still a little bit forward, I would say, but a lot better than stock, and I don't get that pain in my shoulders now, so I'd highly recommend them. What else have I done? I have put a Cobra slip-on muffler, which, as sure you can hear, gives it a little bit more of a deep throaty sound, and I think that's mainly it for comfort stroke performance. No, it's not. How could I forget this? I changed the suspension. So again, with the stock suspension, because I'm so light, I found the stock suspension was really rough on me, and no matter how I dialed in the adjustable rear suspension, it was a really harsh ride for me. And also I found the handling was a little bit wallowy with the springs in the front. So I swapped that all out for the progressive suspension. So I put the progressive 465 wrap on the rear on 13.1 inches, which I think is half an inch longer than the stock, and it's the same length as the Lowrider S, Lowrider ST, and I think the Heritage, and there may be one other bike as well, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And I put in the drop-in springs from Progressive on the front, and that has changed the ride again dramatically. Handling around corners is a lot better with those front springs, and comfort wise on the back, again, because I'm so light, it's still completely dialed in to the maximum for me, and it's still a little bit harsh at times if I'm going over the roughest of terrain, but it's far better than stock. The next one up would have been the Olins, but I didn't plumb for that just because the cost option was just a little bit too much. When I think about what I've spent on the bike, really, I should have spent that extra couple of £100 or so, probably a little bit more, and gone Olins, but you live and you learn, and I didn't. So I'm with the Progressive, and yeah, they're fantastic. I really like them. So I think that is it now. If it's not, I will come back with another comment later on in this video. So other bits and pieces I've done. So I've changed out the stock bikini fairing on the front of the bike and put the Memphis Shade Road Warrior fairing with the 11-inch vented screen. I've got it in dark smoke because I could easily see over the handlebars with that. And what I was finding with the stock bikini fairing, especially at motorway and highway speeds, was the buffeting on the top of my helmet was horrendous. Basically it was like my helmet was shaking around and I was getting double vision, and I thought, no, I can't really cope with this. And it was only on certain helmets, it wasn't on every helmet that I own, but I just couldn't cope with it. Now again, I don't do it all my motorway, it's not all my riding is motorway riding, far from it. But again, if I'm going distance, it's likely to be on a motorway or freeway. So at that point, I really don't want to have double vision, and I want to be able to see where I'm going. So I've swapped that out for that, and that has really helped. I don't get any buffeting at all on my helmet now. That has really improved that. So that's another major one. And other bits and pieces have just mainly been cosmetic. So I've powder coated the wheels, gloss black, and again the wheels are either love or hate them. At first I hated them, and then they started to grow on me, but I just found them a sod to keep clean. They seem to be pitting on the aluminium or the chromey part of the wheels, and there's nothing I could do to get that out, and it just looked a bit naff, so it just needed a lot of looking after to keep them absolutely spick and span. And I'm not that way inclined. I look after this bike better than I look after anything else I've owned, but that was just something I couldn't get to grips with, keeping those wheels. So I powder coated them black, and I think it makes the bike look really mean, especially with the other configurations that I've done. And I've chromed out some bits. So I've put the airflow derby cover in chrome. I have changed the grips to the airflow grips in chrome and black. I've changed out the foot pegs, front and rear. I think it's to the Kiriakin mini floorboards, and they make a huge difference on the comfort of the bike again, because you can move your feet around, and say, like, look at the B-roll video again, and you can see the riding position for me. Instead of being stretched out all the time, I can bring my legs back towards me and make it a little bit more like a mid-control bike when I'm cornering. But if I want to stretch out on those long runs, I've got plenty of room to be able to do that. So that's that. What else have I done? Just a couple of other little things. I've increased the size of the rear brake pedal. I think that's a Defiance rear brake pedal off the top of my head, the large one. Now it says it doesn't fit on the Softails and it doesn't fit on the Sport Glide, but I beg to differ. It was a straight switch for that. It's just a single bolt, and you just take your old rubber brake pedal off, and this one just goes straight on. And I've put the airflow, I think the airflow, no I haven't, I've left that stock. I've left the gear shift stock. So that's that, and I'm trying to think of anything else. Just minor things. So I've changed the petrol caps. I've put the flush petrol caps in chrome, and I've got rid of that plastic tank bib, and I have replaced that and put the Fat Boy tank bib on there, the metallic one with the holes in the middle, which you can see in my other videos, in chrome. So is that it? No, it's not that it. As I say, it's an illness, it keeps going on. I've changed the wing mirrors to chrome, and put the Mustache, Harley Davidson Mustache engine guard in black on that, and that just protects the bike, because I don't think it's the best aesthetically for the bike, but it just protects the bike just in case for any reason I drop that, and it's just going to save a little bit of the engine if it does go over. Touch wood, I haven't come close to doing that yet, but that's the famous last words, and I'm sure at some point I will slip and that thing will go over, so I just want to protect it as much as possible. One other thing is the Memphis Shades handguards. So the Memphis Shades handguards I've just put on here. One, aesthetically I think they're really nice, with the way I've got the bike set up. It's more looking like a club style bike now, so I think that really suits the aesthetics of the bike, and also when it is a little bit cooler outside, it just stops a lot of that wind hitting my hands and keeps them a little bit warmer, because I do suffer from cold hands, and yeah, also protects against any rocks or any debris flying up. And finally, one other thing is the seat. I know I told you it is an illness, so the stock seat was really comfortable, it was absolutely fine, but the main reason I changed the seat was for my partner. Whenever she got on the back, it's more of a postage stamp seat, and she wasn't comfortable on that, so I changed it out for the Saddleman Explorer seat, and oh my god, what a difference, absolutely brilliant. I toured with that saddle all through France and Spain, and it was a dream. I got off the bike at the end of 8-9 hours in the saddle on a day, and it was no problem, absolutely no problem at all. So I'd highly recommend that. The only thing was aesthetically, when it's just me on the bike, that's a real thin of a back passenger seat pad. So being the vain sod that I am, I changed that out for when I'm riding solo, which is the vast majority of the time, and I've put the Renegade, the Saddleman Renegade solo seat on. And again, I've got another video of that up here, but that again, for solo riding, it's brilliant. It provides enough lumbar support where it locks you in a bit, so if you hit that throttle like this, you're going nowhere, but nowhere near as much support as the Explorer seat, but more than enough. So yeah, I think that's it. As I say, I'm just about there. I don't think there's anything else apart from this one really exciting mod that I've got coming up in, I think it's being fitted in 5 weeks time, and as I say, you need to stick around on the channel to have a look at that, but for me it's a game changer, absolute game changer, and I think then that will be my perfect bike. So stick around for that one. Please hit that like, notification and subscribe button, and you'll find out about that when that video is posted in probably around about 5 or 6 weeks time, so keep an eye out for that. So that's it. So I'm not going to bore you for too long. I just wanted to bring you on a little ride through the countryside of Sussex on my way home on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, and just have a chat about what mods I've done. So yeah, if you did like that video, please press like. If you can hit that subscribe button as well, that would really help me out, really appreciate that, and hit that notification bell to be notified of any other videos that are coming up. They come out on a weekly basis on a Friday, and they're mainly about my sport glide, a few bits and pieces on certain reviews, but I must point out my channel is not sponsored in any way by anybody, so it's all my own opinion, and I've got plenty of further test rides coming up on Harley Davidson, so stick around and you'll see those. So I really appreciate you watching. Thanks for taking the time out of your day. I really do appreciate it. So hopefully I'll see you again next time, but in the meantime, ride safe, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.